Hey guys, and welcome back to Topsco. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys 10 helpful tips on how to start and manage your very own YouTube channel. These tips are mostly for beginners, however, anyone can find them helpful, so let's go ahead and get started. Whatcha! The first thing you should be looking at as a new YouTuber is equipment, and that's mostly in the way of software. First of all, you're going to need a way to record your game. Now, that means you're going to need a program such as OBS or Fraps or Bandicam. These are all great softwares for beginning YouTubers. Personally, I use OBS because it allows me a little bit more freedom, and I don't have to go with those really annoying water brandy things. Ugh. Alternatively, you can purchase a capture card for your computer. In my opinion, this isn't necessarily required. I personally do not even own one. Next, you're going to need something to edit your videos. Now, that means you need something to take your recording files and make them a little bit prettier, because you can't just upload your raw recording, or else it'd be a mess. There are plenty of great editing softwares you can use. Some of them are paid and some of them are free. Now, as far as free ones go, there's a fantastic program called Lightworks, and Lightworks is great for beginners. If you're not familiar with editing, or if you've never taken a class before, it makes it pretty simple, and you can always watch a YouTube tutorial specifically on Lightworks. Lightworks is a completely free program, and although there is a Lightworks Pro, it isn't necessarily required to use at all. Once you feel a little bit more confident with your editing, feel free to go professional. Now, professional editing softwares can be rather expensive. However, it's well worth the money, and so if you're willing to drop the money on it, you will definitely get more out of your editing and become a better editor. If you're an independent YouTuber, editing is going to be about 50% of your YouTube career. Now, that should not be taken lightly at all. In fact, in my opinion, it's the most important thing for a YouTuber. You don't necessarily need a high-end quality computer in order to be a YouTuber. You don't need to be playing the newest games. You just need to be original with your content and make sure your editing and everything else is on track. Right, once you've got all that sorted out, you can move on to the next step, which is making friends. What? So the YouTube world is all about the connections you make with other people. It's a good idea for a new YouTuber to start off with a group of friends that you already have connections with. This means people you can collaborate with, do videos with, and who can help you with your videos. That way you're not doing everything on your own. It's always easier to record with friends than by yourself. Trust me, you'll know what I mean. That being said, be careful about who you allow yourself to collaborate with. You do not want any dead weight on your channel, or in other words, someone who's just going to bum around and slow you down. Once you've built a closed group of friends that you're comfortable with recording with, feel free to look for other YouTubers as well to collaborate with. Collaboration is very essential for a YouTuber, especially one that's just getting started. You'd be surprised at how many friends you can make doing this as well, and how many connections you can make with other people that you probably wouldn't have known otherwise. Right, once you've got that all sorted out, you can move on to the next step, and that is to put yourself above the rest. YouTube has a large mass and a large audience, and that means a lot of competition. In order to put yourself above the rest, you need to be original with your content. More than likely, you want to be a YouTuber because you've seen the success of other YouTubers. However, if you're just copying what's already been done, you're not actually contributing, and therefore people are less likely to want to watch you. Look for games that people haven't played, or play something in a way no one's done it before. This may sound challenging or impossible, but trust me when I say it's worth the work you're going to be putting into it. Step number 4 is to be consistent with your videos, and what that means is have a schedule, have a plan, have a deadline for yourself. If you set goals and deadlines for yourself, you're more likely to achieve them. Having a schedule will help not only you but also your audience know when your videos are coming and when to watch them. Make sure your audience is aware of your schedule so that they know when to watch your videos. Also, Be careful about going long periods of time without uploading. This is a very easy way to lose subscribers as well as support. Even if you aren't losing subscribers while you're gone, you're still losing the attention of your audience, and that's something you want to avoid at all costs. So keep your audience engaged by being consistent with your videos. The next tip is to use thumbnails on all of your videos. Now what this means is you're going to have to create your own rather than using the default YouTube thumbnails. You can create perfectly good thumbnails using programs such as Microsoft Paint or GIMP. These are both free programs that are perfectly fine. Do not think that you need a program like Photoshop or something along those lines. In fact, for a starting YouTuber, Photoshop is completely unessential. If your videos have thumbnails on them, they're more likely to draw attention from outside audiences as well as within your audience. The more people are watching your videos, the bigger your audience. Simple as that. Number 6 is to avoid copyright at all costs. Now, what this means is be careful about what music, pictures, references, things like that you make. You'd be surprised what you can get in trouble for, and YouTube is extremely clever. Do not think for even a moment that you're ever going to get away with it, because YouTube knows, trust me. YouTube knows. If you're looking for music, make sure you're using music that is royalty free, meaning you won't get in trouble for using it. Make sure as well that you give credit to all authors of things you haven't created. If you don't have the rights to something, be careful about how you use it, or preferably don't use it at all. Many YouTube partners will not take a channel that has a copyright strike on it, so avoid copyright at all costs. Be careful about what you use and be careful about how you use it. Make sure you're always giving the rights to the authors. Number 7 is to communicate with your audience, and you can do this in a number of ways. By communicating with your audience, you're pretty much just connecting with them on a more personal level, such as letting them get to know you a little bit better. A great way to do this is to get a web camera for your computer. It's easier for them to connect with you on a more personal level. You're not just a voice behind a game now, you're a face. Exciting. Another great way to connect with your audience is to use a program like Twitch. Twitch allows your audience to watch you play games live, and that means they feel like they're more involved in what's happening. It's an easy way for them to communicate with you, and it makes them feel more attached to you and your channel. You should also encourage your audience to leave comments and ask questions. The more you communicate, the more likely they are to watch your videos for a longer amount of time. Step number 8 is to keep a healthy variety. And I'm not talking about your diet. I mean that's good too, but irrelevant. What this actually means is to change up your style. If you're only playing a game like Minecraft or Gary's Mod, you should maybe think about changing it up a bit. Look for other games and make sure you're thinking outside the box. This goes back to the put yourself above the rest and be original with your content. Chances are no one's going to want to watch you play 60 episodes of Minecraft. Sorry, but that's just the truth. Be sure you're spicing up your channel with a healthy amount of variety. Step number 9 is to set goals for yourself and have goals in your head. What this means is if you want to reach a certain number of subscribers, break it down into parts and set deadlines for each part. Don't be afraid to fail these deadlines, however. Keep in mind, these are goals you've set for yourself, so there's no penalty for failing them. Having a goal makes it easier for yourself and your teammates to know exactly what they're working towards. If you know what you're working towards, you're more likely to achieve it. And finally, step number 10 is to subscribe to Tobsco for more videos. Guys, seriously? Why is this on the script? I can't use this. But in all seriousness, guys, step 10 is to have fun with what you're doing. More than likely, YouTube isn't your primary source of income, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. I started YouTube because I wanted to see if I could do it. What that means is you don't have to stress yourself out over your YouTube channel, because more than likely you have something else to fall back on. Don't forget to enjoy the moment while it's here, because later down the line, you may end up regretting that you didn't. Alright guys, this has been Tobsco's 10 tips for beginning YouTube. I really hope it helped, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you're a new YouTuber on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment below about your channel, and I will personally check it out myself. And who knows, maybe some other people will see it. Also, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe if you want to know more about us or see what we're about. It's always appreciated, so thank you guys so much. Right guys, well, as usual, I've been Ethan, and this has been Tobsco, signing off. Away! Yeah, I think that went pretty well.